Welcome back to another edition of Coffee Time with TD. Move over, Rover, and let TD take over. Be good or be good at it. God is great, always in all ways. Hope you had an absolutely magnificent weekend, but you have an even better week. So, J.D. Vance is continuing his propaganda tour in Greenland. And he gave a speech in front of all the military personnel that are stationed in Greenland the other day. And it was a rah-rah speech. There's nobody better at giving rah-rah speeches than J.D. Vance, right? He's the ultimate hype man, but he's also the ultimate best fluffer, right? He is the best fluffer I have ever seen or heard. J.D. Vance takes fluffing to an entirely new level, unprecedented amount of fluffing. And my point is this, is that he was talking about we're going to make the American military the greatest it's ever been, and we're going to turn you into killing machines and all types of bollocks, right? All types of absolute bullshit. But you know what he didn't say? He didn't say that we're going to make sure that when your time in the armed services is over, we're going to make sure you have the best health care you need. We're going to make sure you have everything you need when you retire from military service, active military duty. We are going to make sure that you are set up financially. We're going to make sure you have a house. We're going to make sure that you have golden parachute health insurance. No, he didn't say that. And no politician ever has. And it's vile, disgusting, reprehensible, repugnant the way America treats its veterans. No country in the world treats its veterans worse than America does. Suicide numbers for veterans is astronomical. It's off the roof. It's skyrocketing. And we already know, I've already addressed time and time again, the veteran homelessness crisis that is going on. No, instead we're talking about plastic straws, Gulf of America, English being the official language of America. We're talking about Canada making Canada the 51st state. We're talking about taking over Greenland, possibly with military force, and we're talking about Gaza, right? Possibly taking over the Gaza Strip. What J.D. Vance and no politician ever says, and they should say, is at the end of their rah-rah speech, their hype speech, their fluffing, is when you're done with active military duty and you retire, we're going to dispose of you like the trash. That's what we're going to do. That's what they should say. That's the honest thing, right? That's the honest thing. You know, but we know politicians aren't honest. But again, this isn't necessarily a J.D. Vance thing. This is AOC, Pelosi, Schumer. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. But J.D. Vance just happened to be doing the speech last week in Greenland, and it was the ultimate fluffer speech I've ever heard, right? We're going to turn you into killing machines, the most elite military in the world. We're going to make sure you have everything you need. We'll include J.D. Vance, everything you need. We're going to make sure you have golden parachute health care when you retire from active military duty. We're going to make sure that your family's taken care of. We're going to make sure they have a house. We're going to make sure you're set up financially. The things that matter, right? Because you're willing to go over and give your life for this country. So we're going to make sure you're taken care of. So when you say J.D. Vance, we're going to make sure you have everything you need, include health care, maybe education. Maybe they want to go back to college when they get out of the service. That's all I'm saying, J.D. If you're the ultimate fluffer, the ultimate hype man, the ultimate rah-rah guy, include everything. Or, alternatively, just say, we're going to dispose of you like the garbage. There should never be a reason why there needs to be a charity for the military. Never. There should never be it should never be a necessity. There should never be a need from it. Government, the United States government has money for wars, then they have the money to take care of veterans. Every single person who has served in the military should be taken care of with golden parachute health insurance, financially, house, families, everything from top to bottom. Everything. But instead, J.D. Vance says you'll have everything you need to make you a killing machine and all this other stuff. But he doesn't say suicide rates are the highest they've ever been. Homelessness for vets are higher than they've ever been. They don't say any of that. They don't say we're going to make sure you're taken care of and you have everything you need post-military service. No, sir, they do not say that. They go on with a bunch of bollocks. They go on with a bunch of bullshit. And like I said, this is J.D. Vance just because it was last week, but I don't care who it is. AOC, Schumer, Pelosi, Biden, Kamala Harris, I don't care who it is. They're all full of shit. Y'all talk bollocks. They're all reprehensible, repugnant. Because what you should be saying, J.D. Vance, and every single person in Washington, D.C. is, we are going to take care of our veterans and make sure they have the health care, financial, and house, every single thing they need, because they were willing to give their lives for America. Let me know what you think. Grande beso. Love you. See you later.